Listen, do you want to know a secret? Do you promise not to tell? Come closer. Let me whisper in your ear. Many of you will know those words from a song written by Lennon and McCartney, sung by George Harrison off their 1963 album, Please, Please, Please. The interesting aspect regarding those words is once you tell a secret to somebody, it's no longer a secret that nobody knows. Is it possible to have a secret that nobody knows? The answer is yes, and I'll give you an example. From a personal perspective, if I have a secret about me that has never been disclosed, that is a secret nobody knows. Now let me give you the example. As many of you know, I am a very, very passionate Fremantle Dockers supporter. I bleed purple. However, even though I'm a passionate Dockers supporter, I am also a fanatical supporter of another football club. That is a secret nobody knows, and that is a secret no one is ever going to know. I want to share a story of two women with you this evening. And these women were very, very important back in the 1940s. And we all know what happened in the 1940s, World War II. Now one of those ladies was Janet Murphy. Janet, who was known as Jane, was born in 1921. She was a well-educated lady and a very good ballerina. She went to ballet school, was even accepted into the London Royal Ballet. And then someone said to her one day, "Sorry Jane, you are too tall to be a ballet dancer. How tall do you need to be a ballet dancer?" She was dismissed from the Royal Ballet Company. She then went to Germany to finishing school. There she picked up an advantage, knowing German. As the war years started to progress, Jane returned to London. And she was approached by a friend who said they were recruiting women to join a particular aspect of the war. And that was decoding messages. They wanted women and men who could speak German and be able to decode. What ability did Jane have? None whatsoever apart from knowing German. She acquired the job. She was a very intelligent lady, but it was just the women that they employed that she was able to mix with and learn how to decode messages. The women were all sectioned into one hut. They called it Hut 6. There was dim lighting, poor heating, poor ventilation. They worked long hours. At the start of the day, they were given what they call keys, and those keys were from details of what they called an Enigma machine. The Germans had an Enigma machine that was encrypted, and the British and the Allies had to try and decode. And that's what they did all day, working out the mathematics behind decoding. At one stage, they were told, we need to know information regarding the Bismarck. The Bismarck had previously sunk the hood in the North Atlantic. Where was it? They did not know. And it was Jane who, with all the keys that she had been given, was able to work out that the Bismarck was off the coast of France, and within 2 days it had been sunk. That for her was very, very important work. That was very, very important for the war effort. Another lady she knew was Joan. Joan Clark. Joan was born in 1917, went to Cambridge University, which is most unusual women at that stage. She had a degree in mathematics. a very well-educated lady. She was employed in the same place as Joan. They were employed at a place called Bletchley. Bletchley was where the British undertook all their secret activities. She was employed by a man called Alan Turing. Now, Alan Turing at that stage was developing one of the first computers. So apart from working together in deciphering codes, which became even more difficult because the Germans, the machine they had, the Enigma machine, had 3 bars. They actually added a 4th one, which even made it more difficult. The mathematics behind trying to decode was even more difficult. They were able to do it. A secret, though, of Alan Turing, and a secret that nobody knew, was that Joan and Alan were engaged. How do you keep secret engagement, even for your parents and friends? And one of the reasons they kept it secret, and it was eventually broken up, because Alan disclosed to her he was a homosexual. A secret nobody knew, apart from his very close friends. After they left Bletchley, all the women and all the men that worked there had to sign the British Secrets Act to say that they would not disclose any of the work that they did, they would not disclose where they were during the war, which was very demeaning for them. When somebody said to Joan, "Where did you work during the war?" "I worked in a typing port." They could not disclose. They could not disclose to their husbands, their wives, their children, their closest friends, their closest allies. They could not disclose it. Until 2009, the British government lifted it. People then realised what these women had done, the benefit they had to the Second World War. And they kept that secret, a secret nobody knew for over 60 years. Interesting aspect now, when somebody says to you, "Hey, listen, do you want to know a secret?" You will know that that is not going to be a secret anymore. Because what's the first thing you do when somebody tells you a secret? Who can I tell that secret to? So next time somebody says that to you, just remember that that secret is not going to be a secret that nobody knows.